Despite being labeled as a box office disappointment, Mortal Kombat, thanks to a simultaneous premiere on HBO Max, managed to become popular enough to earn a sequel. And because of its clever Easter eggs, there are some interesting fan theories doing the rounds. In today's video, we look into some new spins on established lore and characters of the franchise, particularly Johnny Cage and how he could be integrated back into the story. Starting off with the super popular Johnny Cage's return. Many of you already know that Johnny Cage was one of the three main characters in the original movie, along with Liu Kang and Sonya Blade. The 1995 film, like the games, portrays him as an outsider, an actor who only attended the Mortal Kombat tournament because he thought it would help his career. And it's because of moments like his fight against Goro that Lyndon Ashby's Cage became one of the film's highlights. But he wasn't only recast in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, he was also killed off in the first 20 minutes, leaving fans shocked and disappointed. While Liu Kang and later Scorpion took over as the story's main characters in games and other media, Johnny Cage's popularity among fans never withered, and he was saved for the sequel in 2021's Mortal Kombat, with the final shot of the reboot teasing the arrival of the actor, stunt performer, and fighter. But bringing back Johnny Cage isn't as straightforward as it seems, especially given the role of Cole Young, a controversial original character that we saw in the film. Interestingly, Cage and Cole serve the same function in the story, and Mortal Kombat 2 may only allow for one of them. So it wouldn't be surprising to see Johnny Cage replace Cole Young in the movie. Cage is the outsider among the Earthrealm champions in most of the franchise's games, as well as the 1995 film and other adaptations. And despite being reconned as a descendant of a warrior clan, he's doubtful of everything Raiden says about the Mortal Kombat tournament. In a world where characters like Sonya Blade, Jax, and Liu Kang accept things like magic and secret realms as natural, he provides a much-needed grounded point of view to the story. Not only does this result in hilarious interactions between him and the other Earthrealm champions, but it also helps the writers better explain Mortal Kombat lore, with Cage representing the audience. Does that ring a bell? That's exactly the role Cole Young played in the reboot. Cole, like Cage, came from a bloodline of warriors, but was unaware of it. He had the mark of the dragon and was also added to the roster of fighters by Jax, but the character was doubtful of everything he was told. He also made some witty remarks about Raiden and the whole story of the Mortal Kombat tournament, making it difficult to avoid comparisons between him and Cage. So, fans think Mortal Kombat set up Cage and him taking over may be inevitable. To be honest, they couldn't have been any more direct with the tease. After the entire film went on with not even a single mention of the character, it ended with Cole going on a trip to Hollywood. Although the mention of Hollywood alone would have been enough to tease audiences about the character in the new film, the scene then goes on to reveal a Cage movie poster. Given how iconic he is and how much his absence was felt in the reboot, it's easy to predict that he'll play a major role in the future. In fact, much of the conversation surrounding the sequel revolves around the character, specifically who will play him in the upcoming film. And it's also expected that Cole will take Cage to Raiden, where he will learn how to unlock his Arcana. But what if Cage doesn't need a refresher on his abilities in the sequel? Maybe he has already been displaying his Arcana powers for years. This would fit with his lore in the games nicely, as his only reason for joining could be to prove that he's no Hollywood imposter. An action movie star who uses special powers to achieve massive fame appears shallow. That also fits with his initial personality and story, which is why the character already having his powers makes sense. Yet, one Reddit fan theory from Tsunami X3 suggests that he may take a completely different path. This theory suggests that the actor may have inherited his abilities all thanks to Cole, who could potentially sacrifice himself to save Cage, and his dismissive attitude towards the tournament would be changed by the act. It would also technically allow him to finally manifest his powers within the rules of the first film. We think it's quite an interesting approach for the character, and it could help him, exactly like his game counterpart, to grow organically from comedic relief to Earthrealm defender. And some fans liked how the theory, at the very least, emphasizes Cole's importance as the main character. Still, it'll be a while before we get to hear an official release date for Mortal Kombat 2. Until then, the writers could totally do their own thing and change the rules for Arcana powers. Besides, there's also a theory that Johnny Cage replaces Cole Young. The decision to create a completely new character to fill the void left behind by Johnny Cage was met with strong criticism. No matter how exciting Cole Cole's connection with Scorpion was, the character was never allowed to prove his worth, especially as a Cage replacement. Surprisingly, Mortal Kombat 2 writer Jeremy Slater stated that the creative team behind the sequel heard and understood the feedback from the 2021 movie reboot. It's unclear how much the sequel will listen to the critics, but it can't be denied that Cole's presence over Cage's was one of the most criticized aspects of the reboot, if not the most. So you can totally expect that this theory will come true in the upcoming film to reverse the controversial decision made in Mortal Kombat. And also, it's entirely possible that Cole could die or be sidelined in the next film, allowing Cage to hog the spotlight as the main character and driving force behind the plot. But it's the quality of the writing that will decide whether this feels like a natural progression of the story or a Mortal Kombat retcon. So would Cage replacing Cole be the right choice? While Cage is a popular character, the decision to save him for the new film and make Cole's role in the reboot similar to his is questionable. But that being said, after all the work that's gone into creating this new character, including his ties to Scorpion and the Shirai Ryu clan, killing him off so early would be a total waste. The ending of Mortal Kombat hinted that Bi-Han would return as Noob Saibot, suggesting that Cole and Scorpion would have to team up again to stop the Netherrealm champion. While Cole didn't fully join the reboot, there are still plenty of interesting possibilities as to where his story could go. Even if their goals overlap, Cage is a big enough character to not be overshadowed, and even with their shared goal, the two are very different characters. There's a way to make them both work while also making sure that the criticism is kept in mind. But how that plays out, if it ever does that is, only time shall tell. And while we're super stoked about these theories, let's have a look at some other related news. First up, the sequel to the 2021 action-adventure hit will be directed by Sam McQuoid. Released in theaters and on HBO Max at the same time, Mortal Kombat was McQuoid's feature directorial debut. And after its success, execs rushed to get a sequel in the works, and one of the first orders was to rehire McQuoid as director. Simon's work for Xbox, PlayStation, Call of Duty, and Halo 3 has earned him numerous awards, including the Cannes Film Festival Grand Prize and a Grand Clio. Next, Mortal Kombat actor shares cryptic tweet. A new tweet from Max Huang, who played Kung Lao in the film, has sparked speculation about the sequel and the character's potential return. Huang posted a video of himself performing some impressive martial arts on Twitter with the caption, "For the Shaolin." Obviously, this somewhat cryptic tweet has caught the interest of some series fans and sparked speculation. If you're familiar with Mortal Kombat, you'll know that there are lots of opportunities for him to appear in future films. It's not totally likely, but it's not impossible either. And finally, Dr. Disrespect praises the iconic Mortal Kombat feature. During a recent Escape from Tarkov's stream, the popular streamer Dr. Disrespect discussed boring victory screens and which games reward winners, saying that if you win a game, you should be rewarded handsomely and in a fun way. Kind of like how Mortal Kombat does it, you know? You beat the guy and guess what? You won and now you get to finish him. I wish something like that existed, and we wholeheartedly agree. With that, it's a wrap for this video. Do you think Johnny Cage is Cole Young's replacement? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. See you in the next one.